Hi, everyone. Like I always said, if something major happens, I would come on and give you my intuitive impressions of the situation. I'm sure you heard that Trump bombed three nuclear facilities or sites in Iran. Hi, Diana Morales. But like I said this past week, I said there's a 10% chance he may do it. But I was hoping, hi Whitney Mohauser, I was hoping he wouldn't follow through with it because I don't feel he has the best people except for Rubio, who has been a senator, but he doesn't have a military background. But there's a general, I mentioned him yesterday. His name is Scolio or something like that, okay? From what I mentioned it once or twice last week that he is pro-Israeli and he's all in into destroying those sites. So, Delilah Gillis, yes, oh my God, hell will break loose now. Exactly, that's why I said let me come on and say a few words because, in fact, yesterday, the Iranian Prime Minister, I believe that's his title, forgive me if it's not, he was being interviewed by Andrea Mitchell. And he said that whatever proposals that the Europeans have on the table, which is to for Iran to abandon the nuclear weapon development, was a non-starter. The problem is, like I've said before, they are very proud people. And I was hoping, like I said, there was a chance he would do it. And because I felt, that's how I felt. But I was hoping it didn't happen because of what I feel will come against our country. Okay? So, but I don't want, the other reason why I came on is because I said a couple of things last week. This is going to have, unfortunately, okay, they will take, Fruitcake thinks he's the only one who knows how to take revenge on people. These people, we know their history, okay? But I'm hoping and I'm concerned about our military. We can fight. That's not a problem. But who needs this when there are other ways? When Fruitcake is the one who tore up Obama's peace agreement or whatever agreement, the nuclear agreement Obama had with the mullahs, but he wanted to prove his manhood. And that general as well, okay, and a few others. But, this is going to caused a major rift among MAGA. It's going to get worse. In some ways, that's going to be the positive side of this. MAGA split in two because they didn't vote for foreign wars. Sometimes you have to do things. Me, it's not so much that I'm against destroying those sites, but I don't see anybody. I don't trust Fruitcakes and most of the people. I don't trust anybody around him, period. Okay? And this has the potential to for us to suffer some losses. And that's what he's looking for as well, another enemy, in order for him to show how big and strong he is. And this is not the way. So I thought I would but don't worry. I was explaining. Thank you very much, Iriana, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. I had a session I have a session on Saturday for members where, for psychic development and stuff like that, where we do readings. If people have questions, thank you very much. Someone else, I just don't want to. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Yes. Well, we do psychic readings, and I teach on how to develop your intuition. But for the past months, we've been doing readings on current events and stuff, and we were talking about this very situation this evening, and how things can go south really fast because the Iranians they have a lot of proxies and things that they look at that the writer, okay, Salmandi, the author, somebody, because there was a fatwa on him after 20-something years. Somebody almost killed him a couple of years ago. Salman Rushdie, right? Does anybody know? Let me scroll down. Purple Ranger says, is the bombing true? Yes, Phoebe. So I saw the name and I wanted to make sure I was correct. Thank you. Yes, it is true. Unfortunately, that's why I came on. But my concern is for our troops. They have long memory, okay, and you never know. Because what happened, I don't think it's going to be that easy anymore for the same situation to repeat, but you never know. Like I was saying the other day, I still remember how we lost over 200 Marines. I still remember till this day, people like covered with sand. Some of them who are still alive trying to get up. But unfortunately, we have somebody who it seems like he needs to do stupid things to prove his manhood. But hopefully, a lot of devil. Oh, a dream. That's what I was going to explain to you guys. I had, because believe it or not, this past week, not only this past week, I haven't been able to sleep properly since this guy took office. Every night when I go to sleep, what concerns me is the way he's going about destroying our country, and then Republicans just stand by and watch. I'm having major difficulties with this. And it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I've been meaning to mention those dreams to you guys, but I forgot. But I remember this afternoon because I was doing readings. It's different than here. When I'm here, I'm seeing a lot of pictures, and I'm trying to stay focused. It's a lot different than the other chat that I have for members. But when I'm here, it's different. I had 3 dreams. I was fighting. 3 dreams, same night, of me fighting, but I won all the fights. The first one, someone accused me of stealing the song or music or something like that. I won that fight. The second one, I don't remember. The third, but all I know, I remember I won that fight. Right now, I didn't write them down, but I know what all 3 of them were all about. Were me fighting somebody. So, and I won. It made me feel good in a sense that, like I've always shared with you, at night when we go to sleep, that's when God talks to us and gives us answers to our questions. So, I pay attention to my dreams. And if I am doing anything, I don't see them in my dream, I'm not going to do it. Because I've gotten burned before, don't get me wrong. I had to learn the hard way, okay? So I had those dreams, and, basically I didn't lose any of the fights, so I'm gonna be okay, meaning I fell asleep thinking about our country, And yes, we're going to go through challenges because those fights were challenges to me. Okay? And I won, meaning, yes. And I've told you guys, we will win, but we're going to go through some challenging periods. And this is one of them. And this one has, this is going to be challenging because we won't know, where the action is going to come from. That's going to be challenging for our intelligence agencies. Okay, but and I don't trust the people Fruitcakes has around him, and even he doesn't trust them because, according to reports, Eggshed and Garbutt are not part of the inner circle that he met with earlier this evening to deliberate and to whether he should carry out this action or whatever it is they were discussing. But it had to do with this. That's probably when they decided, okay, carry out the attack. Okay, it feels like that's what it is to me. Okay, but I feel like we're gonna get out of this. And we will. Our country will get back on its feet and get rid of those incompetent people. One thing, if it was Obama, Biden, Clinton, Bush, and mostly Bush Sr., these people are former military. I'm talking about Bush Sr. and young Bush too, but he made some mistakes. The thing is, any other president, regardless of their party affiliation, I understand taking out those sites because of the threats that Iran represents. That's not my issue. My issue is Fruitcake went, destroyed the document, an understanding that we had, okay, with Iran, because it's Obama, it wasn't good enough. And then look at what happens, and now he's going to put in our country and our soldiers and fellow Americans in a bad situation. But please, no wonder last night I couldn't. I don't remember I don't think I had any dreams last night, or at least nothing bad, because I would remember. But even this morning, I woke up twice last night, and I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. And whenever something is going to happen, I can feel it physically. So that's possibly why this morning I wasn't feeling very good. And all this week, if those of you, you may not think you're intuitive, but if you have physical malaise and stuff, you're picking up something. You may not understand what it is. What I woke up this morning, what I thought was giving me the physical discomfort, I thought it was elections. Okay, that's what I thought. Because although Fruitcake has his intentions are to prevent, if he can, the midterm elections or cheat. We know they're going to do that. Okay, but this morning I woke up. That was my concern. Will we have a midterm election? I thought that's what was going to happen today, but it was this. So I thought I would come on, and since I said I would, someone else give me a donation. I'm sorry, I didn't notice. Someone else, I'm sorry. I got to make sure I say thank you because I appreciate it. Oh yes, thank you very much, Lani 2024. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Me. All right, everyone. I won't stay longer. Like I said, if something major happens, I would come on and give you my intuitive impression of what's going to happen. But Iran, they're going to keep their word and they're going to attack us. We expect attacks of all types. Okay, and that's going to include terrorist attack, those type of situations. unfortunately. So I will see you all on Monday, but if anything else happened major, I'll come in tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Don't let this get to you. Me, I have to, because I have to watch, I have to read and give you my intuitive impressions, so that's my job. But try not to get your sleep. Okay, so I'm sorry. I meant to. Rich Sherman says, this is simply heartbreaking. What about the Americans who are still in Tehran and the news reporters? Exactly. These people don't think, not to mention the craziness that is happening here in the United States. Well, I'm glad you posted that, Rich Sherman. That's what Fruitcake doesn't think about. All these people, that is part of their calculation. They know he's not popular. You don't have the people with you. He doesn't have us with him. Okay? We don't have, we don't respect him. And you go and do something like that. Thank you for posting this. I didn't get into that, but yeah. It's not only the Iranians that are thinking that way. She thinks that way, and everyone else. Okay? So that's a major weakness, but he's not very bright. He doesn't understand these things. Whitney Milhauser said Iran has agreement with Russia and China. Exactly. That's what I was talking on my previous chat earlier. And that's what because Putin said something like, if tactical nuclear weapons are used, that's going to change the equation. But this attack is basically outside of Tehran, and it's on nuclear sites. So those countries may not get involved, and I am sure they know. Okay, so let's see. Stephanie says, I'm lost. WTF is going on. Yeah, Fruitcake doing stupid things again, but we'll see. It's going to put us in a very bad situation. Life is a mindset. Lawrence says, I'm beyond saddened for this news. Yeah, my husband is Persian, and I have had friends for over 50 years. Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't think most Americans won't like that. And according to report, that's going to break up his MAGA, because MAGA doesn't want any of this. So that's going to be the plus side of this. Putin is going to be pissed off now. Oh, yeah. Well, what Putin was really was hoping didn't happen. I didn't hear anybody mention tactical nukes. So he'll probably close his eyes, because don't forget, Putin wants to take over Ukraine. So you don't know what kind of deal Trump made with him. Okay? That's part of the equation as well. Remember that. Okay. Deborah, what about the 5,200 man carrier that is being sent? Yeah, these all the military assets that we have in the area is for us to be able to respond. It's crazy. Eggshell. Okay, friends. This is not funny, but what are we going to do? Stay strong. We're going to be all right. We'll get out of this. I will see you all Monday. Unless any major development, I'll come back on tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Try not to worry about it. I know it's upsetting, but try to not to raise your blood pressure. Bye.